So today we're reviewing
Elf.
Elf is, in my opinion, I had to say, I was thinking about it for a while, it has got to be my favorite Christmas movie of all time. This is the grand finale of the Christmas series. We're going to have a little clip from many different people, a few different people who have appeared on the channel. But what are your overall thoughts of the movie Elf?
Elf is honestly one of the best movies, in my opinion, in the history of film. I mean, as far as like movies go, it does everything that you would want a movie to do. It's funny. It's there's absolutely zero boring scenes. It's a great Christmas movie. Obviously, it's a Christmas movie, but I feel like it's a movie you can watch at any time of the year. And
That's true.
And I think it's also a movie that you can watch from any point and just watch it all the way through. Like you'll hear from other people on this review, like our grandmother said, it really is an absolute classic film, and it's without a doubt a 10 out of 10. Would definitely fit within my favorite movie series.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely. This movie never gets old. The amount of times I've watched it. The only reason I really stop watching it ever is because of the commercials. Because scenes flow so well from scene to scene. This movie never gets old. It never gets old, and that's what I know. Christmas Vacation really doesn't get old either, but I have to edge this out as being my favorite Christmas movie.
Quick.
Pretty clear lead as being my favorite Christmas movie. It is just so amazing in every way, and we're going to get into it right now. But first, we're going to hear what our grandma, Sharon, has to say about this movie. So what are your overall thoughts of Elf, the movie?
Elf is one of my favorite Christmas movies. I mean, what can you say about it? It's good any part. You can turn it on in the middle, the end, anytime. It's always funny.
I'm going to just preface this before we get into the specifics. The main characters in this movie are Elf,
Buddy
the elf. We got Walter Hobbs. We got Krampus. I'm pretty sure is that his name. The boss. Krampus. I'm pretty sure. But
I think she just said it's like a nickname, probably.
Jovi. Miles Finch. We've got Santa Claus himself, as well as Walter's wife and the kid. All of these characters just make this film so realistic. All of these characters, I cannot picture them outside of the movie. I have so nailed in my head that they're real life actual people in these scenarios. Yeah, but now if we get into some specific scenes,
we can't really do. It's gonna be hard to do specific scenes because honestly, we can talk about every single scene in the entire movie. So we're gonna try to just talk about our favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
But like we said, every single movie from the beginning to the end is perfect. I think maybe just kind of hitting on.
Let me see what we can get through.
I guess just like the one part of the film where it's in the North Pole. Just to kind of summarize that all into one little point right now. It's kind of cool how they make it look like it's kind of like the Christmas specials like Rudolph and stuff like that, the fake snow, fake animals and stuff. Like they mix that in with real people and real elves. And I thought they did a really good job with that. Yeah, you see like this
Arctic Puffin.
There's
Narwhal.
Who's the snowman guy? But
yeah, you get the snowman, the
narwhal. It's really cool setting. You obviously you buy into these are elves. They do their jobs and. How Buddy the Elf, basically, the storyline of him becoming an elf was funny.
Because he's a real human, but there's a lot of funny things, like the basketball picture, the shower, how he doesn't realize he's an elf with all these weird things. Like him not fitting in, and there's some great stuff there. And like I say, guys, the storyline is perfect in this film, 100%. The entire thing just makes sense, and it really just flows unbelievably perfect. There's absolutely nothing that seems out of place at all. So basically, the next big part is when he actually comes to New York. He wants to see Walter Hobbs. He's told he's on the naughty list, but Santa obviously says he can still find his way again. So his trip there, he goes in the ice, meets the raccoon, actually goes through the Lincoln Tunnel and eats the gum off the street, is jumping across, thinks he finds Santa with a random guy there.
Santa!
And then actually goes to see Walter in his office, which is a really funny scene where they think he has a Christmas gram. Has a really funny scene, leads to this line.
I love you! I love you! I love you! Wow. That was weird.
Yeah, that's a pretty good line.
And then I guess he leaves from there. I don't know if you want to pick up from there.
And he goes into the mall, and that's where he basically one of the surprise favorite characters in this film. He's not in it too much, but it's the boss of this I forget what the store is called.
Gimbals.
It's Gimbals, and it's also it's called the North Pole there as well. And there's some great back and forth between the boss and Buddy the Elf. They get in there, and basically he gets a job there because he's dressed like an elf, and he meets Jovi in there.
He thinks he already works there. I think.
Yeah, I think that's kind of true. Because like, I think it's the part where like the boss talks to him, and then you see another guy dressed as an elf. He's like, "Who's this guy?" But he lets him stay though. He doesn't like question at all. But then he meets the main female lead in this film. I'd say she's the main female lead. Yeah. Jovi, and then some great scenes in there. Like like obviously Elf is like Buddy's out of his element there. He hears like the speaker go off.
Yeah. Gimbals shoppers, please make your final purchases. We'll be closing in 10 minutes.
Back and forth, but there's no singing in the North Pole. Some great hilarious lines there, and then also like him being in
the store and him singing.
Yeah, and then like the way the boss leaves the store, like get off into the store is like the most ridiculous wire thing. He's like, if he's the boss, then who's he like afraid of? But some great stuff there, and then from there, I'm pretty sure he just. I think eventually, I guess the next big scene would be once Buddy the Elf is integrated into the family. Yeah. There's some great stuff there. I mean, obviously it happens throughout the film. It's not just one scene, but there's a great dinner scene. Like, once he gets in the family, there's a lot of hilarious stuff there because, like, the dad does not want this I mean, it's a completely random man living in their house. And, like, obviously they have one kid. I can't think of his name. But, yeah, some great stuff within the family. And, yeah.
Emily.
How long do you think you'll be with us?
I was thinking, like, forever.
Emily.
Well, so a big part of the movie is Walter Hobbs, obviously on the naughty list. He basically leaves 2 pages out of a book he's writing, so they got to write a new book. So basically, Walter and his team, he has a team he hired, but their advice or their plan is to hire another writer who's apparently better than Dr. Seuss. He's the Golden Ghost in Miles Finch, and they want to bring him in.
The lead of this,
and leads to one of the possibly best scenes in the movie. Miles Finch is just amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
everything he says and does.
His
perfect.
phone call is hilarious with these lines.
That's it. I'm gone. Miles. I'll be there tomorrow. 71 degrees.
Saying that's it. I'm gone. 71 degrees. Just classic lines we'll bring up later. But then he actually comes into the building, and he just comes in and is an absolute boss in this walk, and has one of the funniest scenes ever where Buddy says he's an elf. He doesn't mean it in a mean way. He's being completely serious, which is why it's so funny. He literally thinks he's an elf, and he says the reindeer line.
Did you have to borrow a reindeer to get down here?
Buddy.
And then they obviously fight. He throws him against the wall. After saying he has a 70-inch plasma screen in his house. And then,
hey, Jackweed.
Hey, Jackweed. I get more action in a week than you've had your entire life.
Yeah, he leaves from there.
I mean, in the building, there's a lot of great stuff as well. When he, basically Walter sends him into. First of all, he's acting just like Walter wearing his outfit, but then he sends him to the mailroom, which leads to, like you mentioned, the phone call scene. They're about to get cut off because our buddy the Elf is in the mailroom dancing on a table. Yeah. Everyone's like around there. It's honestly one of my favorite.
Just drunk.
As a kid, when I watched this film, that's probably my favorite scene. I always would like think of that as the most hilarious scene in the movie, like hearing them like singing and also like the dancing, but then it goes from like live to on the phone. I thought it was really hilarious how they did that.
Really
and then obviously there's the relationship between Buddy the Elf and Jovi. There's like a whole scene there, which is like I think the music's one thing we didn't really mention. There's a lot of great music.
Yeah,
the theme of the
Christmas songs.
The theme of the whole movie is a great one as well. Like we always like humming it. Like it's like ridiculous how it's the same sound, but they do that. But then obviously they mix in a lot of real songs as well. And then the end.
Yeah, so it basically ends with, obviously, Elf finds himself walking away because Walter yelled at him. He doesn't know where to fit in. Then he ends up helping Santa fix his sled. And you get to a great scene where Jovi remembers Elf's Buddy's quote about singing loud for all to hear to raise Christmas spirit.
It's a good message.
It saves it at the end of the day, so why don't we just get into our favorite line, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I think my favorite line would have to be in this film. There's a lot. I think you mentioned one. I was thinking about maybe just saying one of because I feel like once again every line that Miles Finch says is perfect. But I feel like when he walks in there, actually never mind. You know what? I was gonna go with I was thinking about 2 lines I was gonna say because obviously the puppy and pigeon are taking hard hops is an absolute classic line, but. I think I have to go with a line from Miles Finch because I would be lying if I didn't act like every line he didn't say is perfect. But I was gonna say that's it, I'm gone. But I'm gonna go with now when he walks in there and says, "All right, let's do this."
All right, let's do this.
And then basically leading into, I have one idea that I'm psyched out of my mind about.
Yeah, one idea that I'm especially psyched out of my mind about. You know, it's one of those ideas where you're just like, yes.
Go down. That's probably my favorite line in the film.
Yeah, there's lots. I'd have to say my favorite characters are probably the boss and then Miles Finch. But the line I'd have to say is from Buddy. It's when he's in the mailroom and says his dad didn't reach Master Tinker until he's 490.
My papa, he didn't make Master Tinker till he was 490.
Yes, I find that line more funnier the more I watch it.
That's good.
It's a classic line there.
Cotton-headed Nanny Muggins.
That's true.
We didn't talk about the scene with the Jack in the Box. That's honestly a classic one as well.
Jack in the Box scene. No, once again, we try to keep this lower review because, or at least lower in time.
More people talk about it.
We're getting other people in here. There's obviously a million classic scenes, but now we're gonna hear what our Grandma Sharon's favorite line is. What'd you say is your favorite line in the movie?
The 4 basic food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
That is a good one. That is a great line. And back to you guys.
Now we're gonna hear what my dad's favorite scene, or what Barry's favorite scene is.
All right, my favorite line from the movie Elf, which I really liked. I'm gonna sneak in 2. So I'm gonna go with one is at the doctor's office. You know, Will Ferrell has plenty of things to be said, but he definitely has one where he gets a little scared from the doctor who's frustrated with him.
Oh.
Just please sit still, please.
Okay, can I listen to your necklace?
No, you can't. Can you just sit still?
Why is there skulls?
I don't know what Walter could you.
The doctor,
he got mad at me.
Just the whole scene, yeah, he got mad at me.
Please sit still, please. He got mad at me. Yes, he did.
So, and then the other one, other than the doctor's office, Miles Finch, man. I can't not give props to Miles Finch. He wasn't in it that much. The whole Miles Finch scene was great. Definitely where he needed the card, where it was at 71 degrees, certain color.
I'd like a black S500 to receive me at the airport. I need the interior of that car to be 71 degrees exactly.
And didn't like to be put on hold.
There's a situation downstairs.
I'm sorry, what?
No, hold on, Miles. Deb, hang on.
I do not hold. Do not put me on hold.
Hang on.
That's it. I'm gone.
Miles.
I'll be there tomorrow. 71 degrees.
And then as he came into the meeting, you know, he comes in and has to have some money to count. Let's take care of the...
I'm Walter Hobbs. Yeah, let's get the taken care of so we can get started here.
Elf's a thumbs up.
And now Karen's favorite scene.
My favorite line in Elf is when he's in the department store and he says, "Have you seen these toilets? They're ginormous."
Have you seen these toilets? They're ginormous!
But yeah, this is a classic. If we left any lines out, make sure you let us know down below. And this is an absolute classic movie, and I hope you all enjoyed the Christmas series. We'll try to get back to doing some more monster matchups, but I hope everyone enjoyed this.
And also, guys, I know there's a lot of movies that we did not get to in this Christmas series, but stay tuned for Christmas 2021, because there's Gremlins, there's A Christmas Story, which is obviously one that I want to do this year, but hey, we'll say that one for maybe the finale of the next series for Christmas series. So Gremlins, Christmas Story, and then lots of other ones as well. So stay tuned for that, but... definitely let us know down in the comments what you think of this film. But again, have a great Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. It'll be Christmas by the time you're watching it.
Yep. Merry Christmas to you all. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.